Hello, my name is Clint Suggs with 5 Minute Golf Lessons. Here with some golf tips. Today, I'm going to be going over grip pressure. So before I get started, let me give you an explanation of what I mean by grip pressure. Grip pressure is the amount of force or pressure our hands produce on the golf club. So with that being said, I'm going to go over 3 things today. Now the first thing, the grip pressure on a scale. The second, the different pressure points we have with our fingers on the golf club. And the third, the different types of pressures we need to have in different situations on the course. So the first thing I like to go over today is grip pressure on a scale. Okay? A lot of people have a scale that's really short, like light, medium, and hard. I'm not the biggest fan of that because what could be light for me could be medium for you, or light for me, hard for you. So I'm going to go on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being really light and 10 being really hard. So a great drill would be grabbing the club, 1 being where you're just really gripping it light, almost falling out of your hands. Okay. Now we're going to go all the way up from 1 to 10. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. As you can tell in my voice, I'm really squeezing it tight. Okay. I'm kind of grinding my teeth. And also, if you look down at your knuckles, they should be white. Okay. You're really gripping it tight with 10. Another thing you feel is tension in your forearms. All right. So when you're gripping it around a 10, a lot of tension going up through your forearms and up in your arms. Now the second thing I like to go over today are the different pressures we need to have with our fingers. Okay. I want to go over 3 different kinds of pressure. Now the first one is with our left hand. We want pressure with our last 3 fingers. Okay. These 3 fingers right here. Okay. Most of our pressure is down here. So you can see I have my pointer and my thumb up in the air. Now the second, we want pressure in between the 2 fatty parts of our hand on the thumb of our left hand. Right there. So pressure right here, and the second is right here. Now with our right hand, we want pressure on the 2 middle fingers. So a lot of pressure right there. Now, a reason we don't want pressure in our 2 pointer and thumb is if you do it with me, pressure right there, you can feel a lot of tension in our forearms. We don't want tension in our forearms with certain shots. We don't. Okay. So let me go over that again. Left hand, bottom 3 fingers, pressure in between our 2 fatty parts on the thumb, right hand, the 2 middle fingers. So the third and final thing I like to go over today are the different types of pressure you need to have in different situations on the golf course. So first, let's go over putting. On a scale of 1 to 10, I like to see your pressure around a 2 or 3. So let's start off around a 1, where you're barely gripping the club, falling out of your hands. Let's go from a 1 to a 2, and then to a 3. All right, there's a 3. All right, now I like to go over with putting, so you get your pressure around an 8 or a 9, okay? So with an 8 or 9, you're really gripping it pretty hard. That's also creating a bunch of tension in your arms. your forearms are really tense. Okay. I did the exact same putting stroke, but with all that tension built up in my forearms, created a bunch of power. And as you can see, it bounced over the lip. Okay. So with putting, I want to see your pressure around a 2 or 3. Okay. No tension in the forearms at all. Now I like to go to chipping. Now on a scale of 1 to 10, I like to see around a 3 or 4. Okay. 3 or 4, you don't have any tension in the arms. No tension at all. That's very important. So let's start off with 1, it's barely falling out of your hands. We go to 2, 3, and 4. Okay, not that much tension at all. Okay, there's 4. So now let's get some tension in our arms. Okay, gripping it pretty tight, starting to feel the tension. Okay, so I've got this around a 7, maybe an 8. Okay. Now, with tension, this is personally for me, it might be different for you. I feel like I'm gonna chunk it or maybe even blade this across the green. Okay, so with tension, I kind of chunked it a little bit, but mainly it went over the green. Okay, a lot of pressure, a lot of force coming through that shot. Now I like to go over the proper grip pressures for our tee shots and for when we're in the fairway. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I like to see your grip pressure around a 5 or a 6. Right, so let's start off at a 1, where it's barely falling out of your hands. Go to a 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, right there is about a 6. So now I like to go over the grip pressure from the rough. Now the rough is going to be different from every other shot. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I like to see your grip pressure around a 7, 8, maybe even a 9. Just depends on how thick the rough is. Right? So start at 1, where it's barely falling out of our hands. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's go to 9. Okay. With a 9, I'm starting to feel that tension. Okay. My knuckles are starting to turn white. Now I like to take the time and have a little review. So when you're trying to figure out your grip pressure, go back to 1 to 10. 1 being very light, where the club's almost falling out of your hand, and 10 being very hard, where you have a bunch of pressure and tension going on in your forearms. Then with the pressure points in your fingers on the golf club. On your left hand, the last 3 fingers. On your right hand, in between the 2 fatty parts, goes on top of your thumb. A lot of pressure right there. Also on your right hand, the 2 middle fingers right here. A lot of pressure is there as well. Then the different types of pressure on the different situations in the golf course. With putting, I like to see on a scale of 1 to 10 around a 2 or 3. With chipping, around a 3 or 4. When you're off the tee and in the fairway, a 5 or 6. Then when you're in the rough, around a 7, 8, and if it's really thick, a 9. It's also very important when you're in the rough that you don't have a grip pressure of 6, because the rough being so thick, that club head is going to get caught in that rough, and if it's a 5 or 6, it probably won't get through without causing a little bit of damage, maybe to your wrist. Okay, we want to prevent your wrist from getting injured. So we want to keep in the rough around a 7, 8, or 9, so we can get through it with no wrist injury. Thank you for watching 5-Minute Golf Lessons with Clint Suggs. That was the grip pressure. Now remember to like the video and comment, and I'll get back to the comments as soon as I can. Thank you very much.